89 cents in the ashtray, half-empty bottle of Gatorade rolling in the floorboard. That dirty Braves cap on the dash, dog tags hanging from the rear view, old skull can and cowboy boots, and a gold army shirt folded in the back. This thing burns gas like crazy, but that's alright. People got their ways of coping, oh, and I got mine. I drive your truck, I roll every window down, and I burn up every back road in this town. I find a field, I tear it up till all the pain's a cloud of dust. Yeah, sometimes I drive your truck. I leave that radio playing, same old country station where you left it. Yeah, man, I crank it up, and you'd probably punch my arm right now if you saw this tear rolling down on my face. Hey man, I'm trying to be tough, and Mama asked me this morning if I'd been by your grave, but that flag and stone ain't where I feel you anyway. I drive your truck, I roll every window down, and I burn up every back road in this town. I find a field, I tear it up till all the pain's a cloud of dust. Yeah, sometimes I drive your truck. I've cussed, I prayed, I've said goodbye, shook my fist and asked God why.
I'm going to start with a prayer while you're still standing. This is the trucker's prayer. Lord, please help me be safe as I travel each mile. Let your presence guide me and bring me a smile. Take care of my family while I'm away. Let them know I miss them each and every day. Steer me clear of danger as I drive these miles alone. I put my hands in yours, Lord. Keep me safe. Get me home. Please be seated. As we begin today with this prayer, we're reminded of Jason's life on the road, the miles he traveled, the care that he carried for his family as he went, and the deep trust that he placed in the path ahead of him. It's a prayer for protection, for safe passage, and for homecoming. Today, Jason made his final journey, and though our hearts ache in his absence, we gather now as his family, his friends, and his community to hold one another close, to honor his life, and to find strength together. My name is Eunice Friesen, and I'm honored to be here with you today to help you say farewell to Jason. Thank you all for coming, those of you who are here in person. And those who are watching on the live stream, I know that there's a lot of family who are unable to make it west today for this service. But I know that their hearts and their minds are right here with you today. There is no better act of service than this on one of the hardest days of their lives than to walk beside Jason's family, to celebrate that his life made a big impression in your world as well as theirs. They're here with broken hearts, and even though there may be no words, they can feel the power of your presence as you surround them with care and with compassion. Sometimes, though, there are words, and I hope that you might have some to share today. So in a little bit, I'll be opening the mic for anyone who wants to share a short story or a favorite memory of Jason. I know that his family would love to hear from you. So I'm letting you know now so that you have a little bit of time to sort of gather your thoughts and perhaps your courage to come up to the mic and share. Also, before I really get started, I'd like you to do a couple of things so that you are comfortable. Feel free to turn your chairs completely around. So if you're going to make a shuffle and a kerfuffle, now would be the time. Just turn your chairs around so that you're very comfortable as you watch the slideshow and watch the front here. Another thing I'm going to get you to do is to take out your phone and put it on silent. As Ruth said, I don't want to be the one whose phone goes off in the middle of the service. So thank you for that. Jason Carl Thompson, September 6, 1983 to February 5th, 2025. It's with great sadness and broken hearts that we announce the sudden passing of Jason Carl Thompson in Grande Prairie, Alberta. He passed away at the young age of 41 with his loving wife, Nora, by his side. Jason, or Jay as he was known to many, is survived by his wife, Nora, and his two boys, Jaden and Jackson, all of Grande Prairie. Jason is survived by his parents, Ken and Ruth Ann Thompson, his mother-in-law, Marcella Kendall, grandmother, Muriel Stetler, brother, Jeff Thompson, sisters, Amy and her husband, Jeremy Taylor, and Letitia Rowe, Emily Thompson, and Rachel Dalby Bovair, sisters-in-law Barb Kendall and Marilyn Kendall, along with numerous nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, and cousins. He was born in Simcoe, Ontario, and moved to Alberta in 2005, moving then to Grande Prairie in 2009, where he resided for the last 16 years. Jason was the type of man that when you met him, you just liked him immediately. He would talk to everyone. He always saw the good in those around him, and he would give you the shirt off his back in a heartbeat. If you needed help, he'd be there. Jason had a huge heart and always did what he could for everyone. He adored his two boys, loved to take them camping and fishing, and enjoyed their family movie times. He loved his daddy and son time. Jason's boys were the light of his eye, and he will always be remembered as a great father. He met his wife Nora when he moved to Grande Prairie in 2009. After their first meeting, they remained inseparable. The rest was history. But trucking was always Jason's true passion. He loved everything about it and traveled coast to coast with both highway and oilfield driving. He always had many stories and pictures to share from everywhere that he went. Jason always enjoyed being busy, and he created excitement in his life, so there was never a dull moment when he was around. What Jason enjoyed most was making people laugh and having a good time. You always felt welcomed and included whenever you were in his presence, whether you knew him well or not. He was definitely a shining light in the world for his family and friends. Jason, you will forever be in our hearts and remembered each and every day with love. Love never dies. There are some tributes that have come in that his family has asked me to read. This first one is from his sisters, written by his middle sister, Letitia. They say, looking back on our crazy childhood, it's a miracle Jason survived with three sisters like us. I mean, we were basically a trio of tiny dictators, and he was our favorite minion. One time, we convinced him that a glass full of dill pickle juice was actually apple juice, and let me tell you, it was a real masterpiece of deception. I'm pretty sure he didn't actually believe us, but he played along and drank the whole thing, just to see how far we'd take the joke. And then, in a dramatic flourish, he started coughing and gagging, just to make us think we'd poisoned him. Of course, we got in trouble because, well, that's just what happens when you trick your brother into drinking pickle juice. Another time, we shoved him into the cedar bushes just because we knew he had a mild allergy, and it was funny to watch him get all itchy and scratchy. He was always a good sport about it, though, And eventually he learned to walk in the middle of us, just to avoid getting pushed into the bushes. Looking back on these memories, we did some pretty crazy and weird stuff growing up. Later in life, when we were adults, my family and I moved to Winnipeg, Manitoba. In 2014, Jason would often stop by when he was on a long-haul job, and I'd pick him up at the Flying J and feed him a home-cooked meal, which he always appreciated. We'd catch up, chat, and FaceTime with the boys, and it was always great to hang out and reconnect with him. And this is from Jasmine Rowe, who is a niece in Winnipeg. The first time he was on a long haul and came to visit my family, we went to pick Jason up from the Flying J, and he offered for my sister and I to come sit in his truck, which sounds totally normal and not at all like the beginning of a horror movie, said no one ever. My sister got in right away, and she was stoked, because she clearly hadn't seen the same number of scary movies as I had, aka she hadn't been traumatized yet. But I wouldn't get in, because I was hesitant and only 8, and there was a bunch of burly men and massive trucks around, and it was kind of scary, you know. The usual, stranger danger, creepy truck stops, the whole 9 yards. Basically a recipe for disaster or a Lifetime movie. I think it's funny though now, looking back at it, now that I'm older. And this is from his niece, Michaela Clausen, also from Manitoba. Are they sisters? Yep. So the Flying J comes into this a lot. Uncle Jay was an amazing uncle and an amazing person. When we had moved to Manitoba, he made sure that every single time he drove through, he'd come and visit us, which meant so much to all of us. He would bring so much laughter each visit. Getting to FaceTime with his boys, you could tell he was an amazing father. One of my favorite visits was the summer of 2016. He had parked his truck at the Flying J, and my mom picked him up, and then came over for dinner and a bonfire. Of course, bonfires. During that bonfire, there was so much laughter and jokes made by my Uncle Jay. He dared me, a 15-year-old, to hold up a beer to my mouth with my dad's hat on, and he had taken a picture before I could put it down. He then decided to edit the photo and add the wording "Thug Life" on it, and he posted it on Facebook. Till this day, I still look back at that picture and laugh. I remember all the laughter and joy and teasing that he brought to this great visit. During this same visit, he had also stolen my phone from me. I'd been looking for it forever, and he was just secretly hiding it. He ended up putting it back somewhere where I could find it and told me that he hadn't touched it at all. Well, a couple hours passed, and I decided to go look on Facebook, where I was shown a picture that had automatically taken that said, "This one tried to snoop on your Facebook," with a hilarious picture of Uncle Jay. He kept saying that he was just taking a selfie and that it was photoshopped, but we all knew he was just joking around. With every visit, he brought all 4 of us so much laughter, because that's the type of person Uncle Jay was, bringing so much joy and laughter to all his family and making his family his top priority. I love you, Uncle Jay. You are very missed by so many people. I hope you're enjoying your time with Grandma and Papa up there. So we'll reflect a little bit on some photos now, and I hope that they evoke some great memories in you. After this, I'll invite you up to share your own memories and stories of Jason.
Don't leave the fate, what's here tonight? Heaven can wait, no use in watching the sky. Don't say goodbye, just hold me tight. Heaven can wait, I wanna dance one more time.
So I just hung up the phone. I took a walk to clear my head, and this is where the walk-in led. Can't believe you're really gone. Don't feel like going home, so I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this pier and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. Funny how the good ones go too soon, but the good Lord knows the reasons why, I guess. Sometimes a greater plan, it's kind of hard to understand. Right now it don't make sense. I can't make it all make sense, so I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this pier and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. So long, my friend, until we meet again. I'll remember you and all the times that we used to sit right here on the edge of this pier and watch the sunset disappear. And drink a beer. Drink a beer. Drink a beer. Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. Loving can heal. Loving can mend your soul. And it's the only thing that I know. I swear it will get easier. Remember that with every piece of you. And it's the only thing me under the lamppost back on 6th Street, hearing you whisper through the phone, wait for me to come home.
All right, well, I'm going to ask if you'd like to come up and just share a little bit. Now would be the time, and this is casual, just the stories told amongst friends. I know that Jason's family would love to hear from you.
Oh, hello everyone. Thanks for coming on a unforeseen circumstance. Nora asked me to say a few words here about Jason. He used to live just down the road, I guess. I was the neighbor that just kind of showed up, and Nora would come home at midnight and I'd be fucking there loaded and you know. Go home, gal. What can we say about Jason, though? He was everything. He was a dad, he was a husband, he was a son, he was a brother, a neighbor, a boss. He was everything. And above all, he had the bluest fucking eyes you ever seen, eh? But he was a great guy. He used to kind of sneak over to my place there and get some smoke, say, from the store, and next thing you know, the phone would be beeping there. Oh, there's the wifey. It's an hour later, eh? We're still into the pears. He loved everybody. He loved taking it easy. He never got mad. He was always patient. He used to always tell me, live every day like it's your last. And I think that's what he did better than anybody else. He was the life of the party at anywhere you went, and he was always there to put the beer down and help you out if you needed it, you know. But it's just too bad. I couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it, actually, that he's gone now. So it's kind of funny. I frequented there so much last summer, I got sick of walking home, so I bought a goddamn e-bike. So I could just drive back and forth and grab us some pints or something on the way over, right? But I told Nora now she'll have to take off nights here so I can come over there in the summer still and start drinking with her. Pretty much all I got to say. I don't really have any stories that are kind of fitting for this occasion, but this is to Jackson and Jaden. Deeply sorry for you guys, but now you guys are the men of the house. So you're gonna have to do stuff for the rest of your life that you don't want to do. Cleaning up dog shit, taking out the garbage, doing laundry, cooking your mom meals. But it doesn't mean you don't get to have a little bit of fun too. I mean, every time I walk by there in the summer, I expect to see you guys out there tanning your tits in the driveway. Couple cold slushies or something, eh? But yeah, just, thanks everyone for coming, and I'm sure you'd really appreciate this, and I think you'd want everyone to just keep going forward with a big smile on your face, and if something ever funny happens to you, or you win a bunch of money or something like that, I'm sure this guy had a hand with it. So thanks everyone.
can't believe I'm standing here right now, looking at Jason's photo. My name is Kristen, and Jason was my neighbor for as long as I can remember. Jason was such a big part of our community. He showed the men how to be a man and a father and a husband. He was always on the street playing basketball with the kids, biking, you name it. I also had interactions with Jason on my way to pick up my children from school mid-afternoon, and he would pop out of someone's garage, hammered, "Do you want a beer?" "No, Jason, I'm just going to the grade 1 classroom." That's Jason. Gathering, where have the children gone? We may have had a few too many drinks. Don't worry, Jason has them in the garbage can. Midsummer, it stunk, and so did the kids. We'll have to get together over the summer and throw the kids into the garbage can in honor of Jason. He was just really special. He was special to all of us. He taught us so much. He taught me so much. He's taught my husband so much. And he's taught my children more. He'll be missed. But Jason, we will take such good care of Nora, Jaden, and Jackson. Thank you guys for all being here.
Hi, everyone. First off, I'd like to offer condolences to the family of Nora, Jaden, Jackson. I can't speak on a social level with Jason because I really didn't socialize much with him. It was mostly a work relationship. About 7 years ago, I was in a hard place for a job. I made a few wrong turns and whatever, and Jason was there to help me out. He actually found me a job at Northwoods, and we worked together there, and then again at the Rock Transport. As I said, from a social aspect, I can't say a lot, but as from a work aspect, you would be hard pressed to find anyone as good to work beside. I knew him as a driver, as a dispatcher, so on and so forth. He was very, very well respected. Yeah, he was just a great guy to be around, and I certainly appreciated it. And he definitely let me vent many, many times because I got a tendency to get a little excited sometimes. But yeah, he was a great guy. He would always listen and offer advice, or just sit there and listen, just let you go and whatever. So I'm going to keep it short. I don't have a great deal to say, but just that I appreciated Jason, and he was a great guy, good friend. And on behalf of his work family, I suppose, yeah, we were very glad to know him. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing those stories. It's always great to hear from people who knew him best. You know, I don't often officiate a funeral where I have met the individual, and this is no different. I as far as I know, never crossed paths with Jason, but I'm, as I said, honored to be here today. I really enjoyed getting to know him a little bit through his family the other day, and through you today. And I've picked out a few qualities of character that are his legacy for you, and particularly for his boys who will grow to be, I'm sure, wonderful young men like your dad was. Things that I noticed as I was listening to the stories were that Jason lived a life with a lot of dedication, devotion. Devotion is commitment to something that we care about deeply. It's a passionate focus on our life's purpose. For him, it was certainly his career, but even more importantly, it was his family, his kids. It's wholehearted service to an end that we love. Devotion to those that we love is when nightly your dad called you. That was his devotion to you when he was on the road. It's those little ways that we care for one another, always. Sometimes looking at your devotion is understanding what is my yes? What is it that calls me so strongly that I can't resist it? For him, it was the road, and for him, it was coming home. When we are devoted to something, we give all that we have to it. It is our one true wealth. Well, Jason also lived his life with a great deal of confidence. Now, I thought about this one, and I wondered if it was a confidence born of getting out of scrapes because you have dimples and blue eyes, or if it was just who he was, a confident person. Confidence is having faith in ourselves and in life. When we are confident, we feel capable and competent to do things. We trust that we have the strength to cope with whatever happens. And we build self-confidence as we learn from our mistakes and we improve for the better. Confidence brings us the strength to try new things and to gain mastery through practice. With confidence, we cast off self-limiting beliefs and doubts. He certainly showed this when he said, "Oh, it's okay. We can park the big rigs on this residential street. It'll be fine." When opportunity comes, when we are confident, we step up to it wholeheartedly. We just say yes to life. Jason said yes to life. He certainly lived with enthusiasm, didn't he? For bonfires, for practical jokes, for getting on the road, for darts in the garage. When we live with enthusiasm, we're excited about what life holds, and we're open to the wonders of each day. We do things wholeheartedly, with zeal and with eagerness, holding nothing back. We allow the excitement of the moment to fill us, and we enjoy good humor. We live in the moment, and we appreciate what we have, finding joy in simple pleasures. Enthusiasm helps us to imagine what's possible as we follow our dreams with true joy. Well, I also heard a lot about Jason's friendliness. Friendliness is reaching out to others with warmth and with caring. It's the willingness to be a companion to anyone you meet. I heard that he knew people wherever he went, and if he didn't, he just made friends there. And I hear now that the neighborhood garage parties will never quite be the same. Friendship is essential to our souls. And we get back what we give, what we put into our friendships. The presence of a friend can soothe us, it can unleash our laughter, amplify our joy, and diminish our sorrow. When we look upon strangers as friends we haven't met yet, we know that friendliness can be the best cure for many of life's woes. Well, of course, I heard a lot about his sense of humor. Humor allows us to bring joyfulness and laughter into people's lives as we craft our words and our actions skillfully to create visions or impressions that help people see things differently or that surprise people, particularly when you're fond of practical jokes like he was. Laughter is the common language of all people that uplifts the spirit and makes light of heavy burdens. He was life of the party. Humor breaks down walls and fills our hearts with joy. His humor was cheeky, always playful, not harmful or humiliating. He truly was a master of a practical joke. But most of all, what I heard about from everyone has to do with the love with which he met life, with which he cared for his family. Love is at the center of our being. It's the vital force that gives us energy and direction. It's the irresistible attraction and affection for a person, a place, an idea, or even for life itself. Love is cherishing others and treating them with tenderness, helping them and supporting them whenever you're needed. And in the face of grief, the virtue of love shines the brightest, offering strength to everyone. Love serves as a tender embrace, a gentle reminder of the cherished memories shared, and a healing force for wounded hearts. Through love, it's how we honor the lives of those that we've lost, keeping their spirits alive within our hearts. So throughout his life, Jason shared these qualities and many more with you. Because Jason had them, they live on in you through his example. He shared them with you every day by the things that he did with you and for you. And boys, he lives on. These virtues, these qualities live on in you through your very DNA, right from your dad. So as you go through a world without Jason, you may find yourselves demonstrating a quality of character that he had. And when you do so in his memory. And if you happen to notice someone else doing something that reminds you of him, take a moment to thank them for reminding you of your dad, your husband, your son, your brother, and your friend. So please stay now and enjoy each other's company. Share more laughs, move around to the tables, certainly talk to Jason's family, and enjoy each other's company. If you'd like to contribute something to taking care of the future needs for his boys, you can make a contribution in his memory. There is an email address in the online obituary, and it's also out by the guest book. I'd like to close with a committal, a commendation. What that does is it gives us that sense of closure and understanding that this is a final separation. It's a letting go of knowing that Jason is beside you here on earth, but an acknowledgement that he's still with you. During this, it's like a prayer, but it's not a prayer. Do whatever you feel comfortable. You can close your eyes or keep them open. You can hold the hand of someone dear who's next to you, hands over hearts, fold hands, whatever is comfortable for you as we give this commendation for Jason. Jason, go forth from this world knowing that you are loved beyond measure, that you will be missed more than words can say, that you will be remembered and cherished, and that your love will never end. We hold you close within us, and there you'll remain to be with us throughout our lives until we meet again. And now, as we hold your memory in our hearts and send you on your final journey, may you forever rest in peace with the certain knowledge that our love goes with you.
Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Tried to square not being there, but said that I should have been. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Once upon a different life, we rubbed our backs into the sky. tide. Those distant days are flashing by. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so wide. And stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so wide. And stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so high. Stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so high. Stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, oh. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other.
Well, it's been some time. You still look like an angel. I heard you're doing fine. Got promoted back in April. And you met someone. Your dad says he's okay. Well, I've never been better. Things are going my way. I sleep